Afternoon TA stream coming up live, breaking down these charts, breaking down this little pump we got. Is this a sign of something bigger? Are there signs that things are going to be reversing? We're going to be breaking that down. Price moved almost exactly to where we thought it would if it moved to the upside. We broke it down on this morning stream today on BitLab Academy. If you're not a member yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that ding that bell so you can be notified when we're going live. We'll be breaking this down. I see I'm George too says he's new to chatting. We got to teach you how to have some chats, baby. Get in there, drop your emojis. Drop that 1 if you're feeling grateful. Drop a 2 if you made some money in the last week on the markets. Drop a 3 if you lost some money. Let's all be honest here. Sometimes if you acknowledge you lost money, somebody else doesn't feel it's bad because we all make mistakes. And sometimes losing money in the market isn't a mistake. Sometimes that's just part of the kind of how things fold. You're not going to win every trade. The practice here is how do we manage our risk so our wins far outweigh our losses. I hope everybody's feeling good. Shout out to everybody here in the community. Love you guys. We're going to be getting going here in just a little bit. Eric Brewbreaker says 2 and 3, won some money and lost some money. That's the way of the trader right there. Thank you all for being honest. I'm George too says he's learning to trade, learning TV, or he's not ready to trade yet. He's learning TradingView and etc. Well, if you haven't yet, make sure you go to the YouTube, youtube.com/@BitLab Academy, and you scroll down on that page on the home section, scroll down to the daily alpha and watch the Pro TradingView guide. Helps you break down exactly what keys to hit, how you set up your templates, how to add indicators, how to remove them, how to utilize the charts so that you can set up the levels that you're looking for and break down these probabilities, because that's what trading's about. It's probabilities. That means it's not going to be 100% a surety on any move. Our goal here is to stack the probabilities in our favor, so that's one form of risk management, but then also adding a layer of risk management, in there with stop losses, knowing when to cut your losses. There's a difference between cutting losses and capitulating. So let's all do a better job at that. But how's everybody feeling today? Is everybody feeling good? We got 28 people in the room, 13 likes. Everybody in this pre-stream should hit that like button before we go live. We should have 1 for 1. We should have the same number of likes as we do concurrent viewers. Let's get that number up. Everybody, get involved. I am your mentor. All of you are my mentors as well. I learn from all of you almost on every stream. So big shout out to everybody here in the room. Roll call. Who's in the room? I want to see everybody in the room throw something in the chat. If you're watching at a later time, or if you're watching on through Hit Network or somewhere else, make sure you head over to youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. Join us here. Make sure you go through those daily alpha videos. A lot of evergreen content there. It doesn't matter what the price action is today. It shows you how to catch reversals, how to find those 100Xs, what tools you should be using. Also, if you want to go deeper, head over to bitlabacademy.com. You can still use, we've got a huge discount going on right now for everything, no matter which service or product you want, whether it's the courses, the indicators and the courses, the Discord, all of it. Give me 30 gives you 30% off. So shout out to everybody in the room. We got Alexandra G always here. I don't think I've done a stream without her here yet in 7 months. So shout out to Alexandra G, #1 mod here. Sawtooth Hiker, how you doing? Stardog, MC said, let's go. Mr. Wolf 69, I only press the like button if I actually like the content, just to be fair. Hey, you know what? I appreciate that. But by nature of sitting and watching something that somebody's putting together and offering for free, you are giving it some attention and there's something you're gaining from it. It's the easiest way you can help out any content that you ever see anywhere at any time is to just, even if you dislike, that helps too. It lets YouTube know that you're engaging with it in some capacity. So Alex Green, how you doing? Joshua Rodriguez, how you doing? Dimple Paw, Justin Eubanks, always here. B Team Crypto, what's up? Theo Rodriguez, Mod Love for sure. Got Eric Brubaker, I'm George 2. Maybe a Band-Aid. Got all the usual suspects in the house. Karen Swagger Harris, how you doing? Total Clinic Solutions. Man, I love and appreciate each and every one of you so much. Hi all, how is everyone this evening? I suppose you are from the UK with that flag. Let me know. Where's everybody tuned in from this afternoon? Put in the city and state or city and country that you're tuned in from and location. Are you in your car? Are you laying in your bed? Are you sitting on the toilet? Are you walking down the street? Where are you tuned in from? Shout out everybody. Got 40 people in the room. Everybody hit that like button. Let YouTube know you like this content or that you're engaging with it. Push it out to more people. It's the easiest way to help this channel. Easiest way to help crypto. Jake Mueller. Hola. What's up? Jacobite, or that said Jacobite Jim. Donald Massey, what's up? How you doing, my friend? You know, it's funny. Out of everybody in the world that watches us, we get people from all over. South Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, all over the U.S. The number one concentration of people of anywhere in the world is London. We have the largest from a single city out of all the viewers on this channel. Straight out of London. So shout out to the London peeps there. If you're from UK, if you're from London, if you're from UK, just in general, throw that in the chat here. Eric Brubaker says he's just north of me. Does that mean you're north of Atlanta? Does that mean you're up in Tennessee? Where does that mean you're from? Mike Volmer, what's up? The one and only Mr. Alex Green from London. Pretty good spot, isn't it? Isn't it? I say that correct with the accent? Joshua Rodriguez, what's up? Living room, Las Vegas, or Dallas, Texas. Watching the stream from Abu Dhabi. What's up? I may be coming to Dubai in October. I know that's not Abu Dhabi, but it's a lot closer than Atlanta is, I'll tell you that. Timo, what's up? Just loving the daily streams, Kelly. You guys have been, what does it say? Have you guys thought of Spotify to listen offline? You know, we could do that. Crypto Fever, what's up? Brooklyn, New York. I just moved to Atlanta from Brooklyn. I'll be back in Brooklyn next week, August 30th to September 6th. I'm gonna be out there in New York. Faden TradFi, what's up? Fayetteville, Arkansas. I like Fayetteville. I was overwhelmingly surprised with how many beautiful people were in Fayetteville. I don't know if I was because I was in college town or what, but I went through there back years ago when I was touring as a singer. That was much, much before the Adios Muchachos song, to be fair. Jake Mueller's coming from his work office. Sawtooth Hiker's coming from the Crypto Cave. Is that Crown's Crypto Cave or just your Crypto Cave? And Justin Eubanks from his office chair. Home office in Florida. Or is Florida your home office? That's the question. Granite Shop, Boise, Idaho. Fort Mill, South Carolina. We got all kind of people from all over the place. I love each and every one of you. We're going to be breaking down these charts today. Stick around. We're going to be getting going here in just a second. We don't really do news in the afternoon. We jump right into the charts. We talk about the levels we're looking at, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. Try to identify what's going to be happening overnight before tomorrow, before we have tomorrow's stream. Stay in the know of what's going on so we can stack these probabilities We got 58 people in the room. Every single one of you should be hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and dinging that bell. Red Elephant said, keep killing it, Kelly. I'm not trying to kill it. I'm trying to spiritually massage it into a good place. That's what we're doing here. How are you doing, Joshua Rodriguez? Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And you haven't made it out yet? I'm just joking. Victor Lopez, how you doing, my friend? BG, Quarter Crawler. Barbaric Puma. Good to see all of you. How many of you are new this month? How many of you watched your first stream or subscribed within the last 4 weeks? I'm curious. We had a lot of new people show up in the last month. And then how many of you are OGs? How many of you were here when we were sub 1,000? Because we're already 7 months in. Yeah, we're 8 months in the year, but we started right about the very end of January, very beginning of February. And we're already pumping over 9,000 subscribers. Wonderful community members. No trolls here. We have a wonderful, engaging, empowering community here, and I love each and every one of you. Peter Provost, what's up? You're here. Does that mean we can get started here soon? I guess so. Washing the paintbrushes while I listen. What y'all doing? That's what, who said that? Eric Brubaker? OG, since day one, Barbaric Puma. Day one. Man, we got a lot of day ones in the house. I think I've joined within the last month. Well, shout out to you, Joshua Rodriguez. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sticking around. All right, everybody, we're going to be getting going here in just a moment. So I'm going to go silent. Everybody get out your pens and papers. Get those charts ready. Figure out those coins that you want me to do on the TA in this show. Everybody throw it in the chat right now. Everybody throw in the altcoins that you want to see some TA on. We'll try to get through as many as possible. Big love to everybody. Thank you for being here. Let's get this going. What's up? Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good everything. I'm happy you're here. My name's Kelly Kellam. Welcome to the BitLab afternoon stream where we break down TA on all our favorite coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the altcoin market, as many coins as we can do. So shout out to everybody that's here, especially those of you that were here pre-stream, gave me those coins that you want to see. Shout out to everybody that came on the morning stream. We had a huge giveaway. We gave away 4 different winners, 2 BitLab Pros and 2 3-month memberships to BitLab Pro and 2 3-month memberships to the BitLab Trading Stack, the overhauled and all new, completely upgraded and incredible BitLab Trading Stack trading indicators. We're going to be breaking down those on the charts here today. We don't need to do a long intro, so make sure everybody in the room right now, we got 75. I want to see 75 likes right now. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. We're going to be getting going right into the charts. First things first, make sure if you're watching anywhere else, make sure you head over to youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. You can also just search BitLab Academy. Find us here. We just broke over 9,000 overnight last night. Shout out to each and every one of you that's been here from day one. Shout out to everybody that's new. We got a wonderful community here. We break everything down. We try to bridge that gap from beginner to pro, talking very high level alpha, but in an understandable way, and throwing that rope back for you beginners. So you understand what the hell is support and resistance. What is he talking about RSI? What do you mean stochastic? It sounds like another language, but I guarantee you, if you stick with us, you're going to figure out how to navigate these charts so that you can stack the probabilities in your favor so that you can dominate these markets and not have this market dominate you. So let's go ahead and dive right back on into it. If you haven't yet, make sure you head over to my Twitter page right here at Kelly Kellam. Look for the green blue check. Look for the hit logo. Give me a follow right here. And then, of course, if you have not yet, make sure you head over to BitLab Academy. This is where we draw. When we do these drawings for winners, we draw straight from those that help support us and share this out to their friends. So make sure you're following. Make sure it says following when you put your mouse over this. Make sure you hit that retweet. Make sure you hit that like button. let's go ahead and dive on into it. What's the market doing this afternoon? Let's look at the last hour. What's going on? Let's go ahead and flip these around and see what, excuse me. There we go. ApeCoin down 1% in the last hour. Pepe down 1%. Near Protocol down about 1%. Render down a little bit. Curve token. What's it looking like with, are there any big movers? Are there any big movers? I'm getting my something's dinging in my ear. Alrighty. Sorry. Seeing something, something in there from before. The Discord was digging in my ear. I had to check that. Compound up 1%. Solana up 0.3%. Maker up so everything's in the last hour. If you remember, if anybody was looking at the charts just a little ago, it felt like, is Bitcoin about to break out? But we're going to talk about that. What does that mean? This little breakout we had. I mean, this was not a huge move, but it, you know, decent move. We broke out of that range, moved up about 3%, a little under 3%. We had the sideways range for about a week, a little under a week, about 5 days. And we did. Where we break past? Well, if we look at these levels here, kind of got a bit of a trajectory here from this peak, and this peak. Broke out of this level. Not only did we break out of this level, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, just so you know. We broke out of this level, also broke above. You see how we broke? We basically tested just below the trend signal line here, below this dynamic support zone, and there was a bit of a trap. Reversed, came right back out. As soon as it broke, see this? It kind of hesitated right here at the weekly VWAP, and then immediately, once it broke that, came up, tested this, and then basically all systems go if you're looking at the 3-minute chart. But looking here at the 1 hour chart, we can see we did have a little bit of a push up here, but where did it go to? Well, it went to this red box. Well, Kelly, why did you draw this red box? Well, everybody, I did not draw this red box. This is part of the BitLab trading stack. It gives you areas of interest of where you need to be looking based on where liquidity has been in the order books and the price action recently. So looking here, this auto propagates with the BitLab volume that there's a lot of clusters of orders from smart money and institutional traders at these zones. That's how we're getting these order blocks. So we have this range that we've been trading in. We pushed up right into it. And look at this on the BitLab trading stack. There's 3 indicators that are included in this. This BitLab intelligence, which gives us these levels, these moving averages, and also basically price action signals of potential buy and sell, etc. Let me see if I have everything turned. I was doing a training session. With Alex Green earlier, how to breaking all these down. There we go. So now let's turn everything on. There we go. So no real signals here in terms of the price action. With these shift signals and reverse signals and all this sort of stuff. But what we do see, it did break through this dynamic zone here that it kind of pushed down into it, fake out, moved to the upside. But we had these high volume candles. And I was talking with Alex Green about this about an hour ago. As this was breaking out, I said it's going to be very interesting if this breaks out with these high volume candles. If we get a stopping volume candle, which is what this yellow candle is right here, it suggests that although there's a lot of buying pressure, the bears have overtaken the narrative in this zone. Stopping volume right here in this zone. There's a shift in trend, and where does that happen? Right when we push into this order block that is part of the BitLab volume. So that's 2 of the indicators we're looking at, signaling both of these 2 indicators signaling that we are going to likely have some sort of pause here. It doesn't mean it can't continue up, but as for the time being, it looks like a bit of a pause. Then what do? We look down to see what is fueling the move. If you have a car driving up a hill, you need gas. If you have a car driving down a hill, you need brakes. The trend fuel down here on the bottom. The third, and probably one of the most important, they're all equally important, but I think this is one of the most important components of the BitLab trading stack, because this lets you know on the way up, do you have gas? On the way down, do you have brakes? And what we can see here, as these 2 lines are going up, this is a stochastic, this orangish line right here. If I double click on this, we could see this orange line is the stochastics. This is the RSI, relative strength, and this is the VWAP right here. So we can see right here, stochastics are moving up, but front running this stochastic, it's not rolling over yet, but it's looking like the strength started coming down. We're seeing the money flow come up, but it kind of flips neutral when this flips gray right here. And so what we can see is right when we get into this zone, right into this high here, the strength was already coming down on the candle before. That's where it pivoted. It pivoted right here. You see where my cursor goes all the way up the screen? The RSI, the strength says all of a sudden, there's an issue with the fueling system. There's no gas to go up the hill. And what happens? We get stopping volume right there as well. And where is that? Perfectly in line with where this order block is. Another thing that we can look at, just so you can all see this, we talked about it on this morning stream this morning. This is why you got to watch. Watch the morning stream, watch the afternoon stream. Morning stream breaks down the charts, also intermixed with a lot of context of what the major headlines and how that can affect the sentiment of the day or the week or the month. So we can understand what's going on while also looking at what's going on. The afternoon streams here on BitLab, we're breaking down just the charts. Unless there's some major news story or if there's, Jerome Powell speaking at 3 o'clock, which sometimes he does. Primarily, we're looking at just the charts. So we did break out. And so not only look at using these indicators, do we know that this was likely going to pause here? If we look left, that's also where this high was. So the TA and the signals from the indicators are all suggesting that this was a likely, at minimum, hesitation point. That means it may have a stutter step before continuing, or a stutter step and the bulls lose conviction and the bears take back over and bring us back down. Now, if we look at what we showed on the morning stream, I talked about this move right here. This move right here. And I was just talking about, essentially how the price action can get pushed around in these markets. And they tend to do things somewhat in kind. Things tend to go in a bit of equilibrium. If it pushes down, it'll tend to push up. And I can show you this. We measured it out. This is what I measured. This line right here. What was this? It was this move from the equilibrium point to the dip and I just measured that on this move of where the price action could potentially go. And look at, it's not to the dollar, but regionally, it gave a good example. And that was not even using indicators. That was just saying, hey, let's just see where the price action, the volatility was pushing it this far. Let's see what is going to happen. Why would they do this? Why would they push it up if they just push it down? Because this is what the market does 100% of the time, of every second, of every millisecond, of every day. There's a never-ending battle every day in the charts, all day long, every second, especially in crypto, because crypto is a 24-hour market. It never closes. It's not like futures, which closes like the traditional market, or like, and I'm not talking about derivatives futures. I'm talking about, like CME futures. It's not also like the stock market, which has, opening hours at 9:30 a.m. and closing hours around 4:30 p.m. What these markets do 24 hours a day for crypto and for business hours for stocks. There's a never-ending battle of narrative between the bulls and the bears. So when we have an uncertain circumstance, uncertain landscape, look at this. The bears test the waters of the downside. The bulls eat it back up. So, okay, the bulls have strength. Okay, let's test the resolve of the bulls. So the bulls push it up. The bears say no, it comes back down. So at some point within this battle, we're going to see one of those sides capitulate or be completely overwhelmed by the sentiment or buying or selling power of the opposite narrative. In this case, we're still essentially really at equilibrium because we have this equilibrium here, push down, push up, come over here, push up. Now we need to see here if this is going to come back to equilibrium right here at the weekly VWAP, $26,031. Or if the bulls do have the resolve here to not only push up, but we can see on that previous chart on Bitstamp, had an order block right here, which is right above us, which is perfectly in line with this massive downtrend level of resistance, which if we look at this on the 12-hour, double click here, we can see this downtrend resistance is from this previous peak, this peak here to this peak here to this peak here. And here's the trend shifts. Look at this, calling this beautifully. Reversal. Basically would not let it continue dropping. Reversal, fully reversed. Would not let it continue dropping. Here is that line. This is what we're coming up to test, potentially. I do think there will be a little bit of a hesitation here. I'm not sure that there's a resolve to continue up. We're looking here on the 12-hour, though. Look at this on the right. We see the BitLab Trend Fuel, this entire oscillator with all the data sets. Very quick look for beginners. Bullish, bullish, neutral, neutral, bullish, bullish. This is leaning with the bullish narrative. But remember, You never want to forget the time frame you're looking at and the trend of that time frame. The trend of this time frame is down. We're looking at 12 hours. Let's look at the 4 hour down. So this 4 hour looks same. Bullish, bullish, neutral, neutral, bullish, bullish. This is just looking at the oscillator data set. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Starting to get a little less bullish, but not yet bearish. Currently, it's just looking like it's forming a bull flag. Let's come down to the 24-minute. Starting to look a little bit more neutral. The bullish bias here on just the price action and these signals starting to look bearish, bearish, neutral, neutral, bullish, bullish. So this is neutral, but remember the bias here is downward because that's the trend we're in. Let's go down to the 7-minute. Okay, still looking a bit neutral. So what we want to see here, let's go to the 2 hour. I think this is a good time frame to look at because we still have, rather than looking at 4 hour, we're going to need things to resolve. Let's look at the 2 hour. Gives us a moderately midterm sort of time frame to look at, while also having some clarity for potentiality of what direction. So on the 2 hour, we're leaning bullish. We have the momentum coming up here, the trend momentum. We have the stochastics, however. Stochastics have pushed their way up. This is a zero line. We can see here on the right, the measurement, the zero line dipped all the way down to 12%. You see that? 12, 13%. Reversed back up. This is the move we just had. Now, interestingly, RSI is starting to push down. This is, look, the 70 line is right here. How do I know that? I'm looking to the right where my cursor is. So this is a 70 line. We've entered into the, some people would consider overbought or basically overheated sort of zone. And what do we see? Stochastics are starting to curve about. This is suggesting that there's not a lot. There potentially could be a lack of energy to continue a move up unless this kind of maybe potentially comes down and resets a little bit. Maybe something like this. See this move and then the continuation up. Now, right here, RSI is bending its knee as well. Right here at the 80%, broke down. Stochastics at 79%. Are we going to see that this is the top of this pump? Well, we can see, look at this. This is the order flow, the order book. You can see the buys and the sells. You can see which way is dominating if you're really wanting to pay attention to some alpha. There's some very deep alpha on these indicators, and they're also very beginner friendly if you want them. If you want this more beginner friendly and you have the BitLab Trim Fuel, hit this gear wheel, come to style, and then turn off stochastic RSI, VWAP, and you can look at just the trend waves right here and the money flow. So, and again, by the way, if you'd like to, I like my waves a bit darker for the money flow. So I come in here, right here, money flow, up, down, neutral. You go here. I like mine about 79, 80%. You'll see it'll be a lot. There you go. That's a lot easier to see the money flow waves. Now, in this case, where we're at right now, we're trying to make that move to the upside. We're getting high volume candles on the 2 hour, but we're in the midst. This candle's not closed. We've got 30 minutes left. We're in the midst of potentially getting a stopping volume candle. And look at the interest has also dropped off. We can see on the volume right here. However, the trend signal line has gone from red and is now flipped to green. So does this suggest that if this does get rejected, if the price does come down, that we're going to find support? If this is bullish, what I would want to see is if this does draw back, I'd like to see this hold above this EMA ribbon and this 20 moving average right here. That's part of the BitLab intelligence. I'd like to see this maybe even consolidate sideways, create that bull flag. And if it does, then we could talk about where it's going to go. Where is it going to go? Well, if you have a bull flag, we're hypothetically suggesting that this is played out a little longer and we get a little bit of a chop here, creating that sort of bull pennant, a bull flag, something up to the effect. So let's go ahead, right click on the chart, go off the brush, Option T on Max, give you a trend line. If you're on a PC, I believe it's Alt T. I believe it's Alt T if you're on PC. And if this does form a bull pennant and this does break out, this would take us above this region. The question is going to be, will this bull pennant give us energy to only come up here and test this level and get rejected, or follow through? We're going to have to pay attention to the signals. Now, again, if we come back out to like the 8 hour, we can see that this has elements of a bottoming formation with a bit of a double bottom here. We also have a lower high. This wick comes down to here. This wick only comes down to here. And look at this reversal Signal on the BitLab Intelligence called this perfectly. This has moved up. The question here, got it. The question here on this 8-hour candle, and this is why you look at different time frames. We were looking at levels before, for instance, when we're looking here, this level that's right above us, but looking here on the 8-hour, this trend signal line has flipped red and has been red. We've had all this resistance above us. We've pushed in, we broke this 20 moving average. We pushed in past the EMA ribbon. We kind of sucked down, we kind of moved down a little bit here, pushed through it, and now we've broken above this trend signal line. If we can hold above this zone, and also you can notice this, we also have this order block region that we are pushing through. Will we make it through? If we're able to make it through this trend signal line, let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Too many lines on the chart. There we go. If we break through this zone and actually are able to push up here, what I could see happening, which would be a nice bullish setup, but we need patience, is to have this candle close, the next candle comes up, gets rejected, and we kind of pinch in here for a second, and then work our way up, find support, and then move up to the upside. That would be optimal, because this would mean that we're doing the work that's necessary to deserve the move upward. If we just have, boom, move up, just absolutely quick, God candle, then that leaves me with a little bit of hesitation, because that's not spot buying. That's not individual retail traders actively saying, I want it to go higher. This is suggesting that this is going to come up here and there's maybe a bunch of shorts. And if we get the God candle right after, that means price got pushed past those short liquidations and price just cascaded higher very quickly. We don't want that. Of course, we want it because we want price up right now, but I want it up healthy so that I can believe the move. If that doesn't happen, and that does move up quickly, that's okay too. Another strategy, rather than being bullish bias and wanting it to continue up, if that does happen, then I'll be looking above. Where do I look? I look above for a potential short opportunity if we do get a very quick move, because that means it's likely a false move. Okay. If price does move up and we get that God candle, we push up here, you bastard. We push up here, find some support, and then move up very quickly. This is the level that I'm looking at right here. We can put our mouse right here. We can do Option J. This is the lows of the previous range. This is somewhere I could look at. This is a high side of where I would be shorting from if the price action moves very quickly. Now, there's a much more reasonable level that I could look to see what happens when if we do start moving up. We want to see what the interaction of price is once we get to the golden pocket of this move. Now, there's two different kind of ways we can do this. We can do this from these candle bodies like this, golden pockets right here at 28,147. We can also do it all the way down here, and I'm dragging this. I can see the line going across to the bottom of where this wick went down to, because this is the full move. This would put the golden pocket at 27,715. So if you think about it, if we put a line right here, Option J, and then we drag and adjust this up to the candle bodies like this. Actually, we'll go to the bottom of this wick right here. We can see that this kind of gives us a zone of interest based on where price typically retreats back to, which is that golden pocket area. But it's going to depend on the traders out there and how they're drawing their lines and what exchanges are looking at when they see this, because we're looking at this on the 4-hour on BitGet, okay? This went down all the way to 24,676, okay? Let's look at Bitstamp. Where did this go down to? Look at that. We do not have a wick here. So you see, utilizing your indicators, a variety of them, as well as looking at different exchanges on the same asset will give you different data. And you can understand why sometimes you set a target and that target never gets hit. Well, you might be looking at an exchange that not a majority of traders are looking at, getting slightly skewed signals and being front ran, meaning trades, liquidity hitting before your trade, so then it reverses before your planned target. So in this case, here on Bitstamp, if we go from the top to the bottom of this wick right here, this would put the range right here at 27.8. So this one's even different than the other two. The other one was 27.7 and 28.147. This one, the golden pocket is right here at 27.8. So regionally, if we go back to BitGet, regionally 27.8 would be right here. Look at that. It's literally directly in the middle of these three. So this is a region I'm going to be looking at when price does move up. If this slices through this, and then we have basically like high volume candles, which are the teal, these teal candles like this, high volume buying power. If we get a moment like this where we see high volume and then we start seeing these sort of stopping volumes and we have another attempt stopping volume, yellow, caution, and we get something like this, a shift or a triangle, then I'm going to be, especially if it's at this zone here, then I'm taking a short and moving it lower. If price moves up into this zone and there's not like the high volume and stopping candles or a triangle, all three things combined, then we're going to have to pay attention to what the signals say when we do get up there. But that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. As it stands right now, it's looking like it's just testing the resolve of both the bulls and the bears. So we need to be patient with this move because this is not out of the woods by any means necessary, by any measure, I should say. As it stands right now, I'm watching this level, 26,812, 26,700 to 26,850 sort of zone. That's the range I'm looking at. Potential rejection here, anywhere below here to come back down. The question is going to be, if this does get rejected anywhere in this level, does the price come all the way back down to equilibrium or find support on this brighter line in the moving average right here, this 20 moving average? Does it find support there and bounce to the upside? That's the things I'm looking at. Dave Digital, congrats on 9K. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's made that possible. Thank to everybody that's been here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. Let's keep this going. Now let's look at Ethereum. What's going on with our baby ETH? Another push also. Where to go? Oh my God. Right to this red box. Red box, what does that typically mean? Likely resistance. Because there's a lot of interest there in selling pressure and order, previously this was selling pressure. So this is likely going to be selling pressure again. We got high volume teal candle under this and then right after it, stopping volume. Okay. Well, again, what are these red boxes? This makes it easy for you. BitLab Trading Stack makes it easy for you. The red boxes are part of the BitLab volume. They let you know that areas you should be watching out for. Price action 1 will likely get like a magnet sucked back into it, but then also like a cold-hearted mean girlfriend or mean boyfriend in middle school will cut you short without a moment's notice. Rejected. So we see this right here. Look at this. Tapped into it. Now we create a secondary order block. So we had this one already. Makes it even stronger. Taps it again right into the middle side of it and rejected down. We want to see, this is the same setup as we saw in Bitcoin. Is this going to be a little bit of a bull flag and we're going to tap this again and come through? Or is this going to consolidate here and then break back down? And on the breakdown, is it going to tap about where this 20 moving average is? Well, first off, let's look at a fib. Option F from the bottom to the top. The fib, the golden pocket is down here at 1650. So if we come down here and lose this 20 moving average, last saving grace of this potential move to the upside on this particular move is if price loses this 20 moving average and holds right here at 1650 and bounces. If we lose 1650, I do think we're testing back to the 1630s and likely coming back down into the upper 1500s. As it stands right now, this does look like there's an attempt to move higher. If we look at this on, like, for instance, let's say the 15-minute, look at that. It's looking like it's trying. It's looking like it's trying. So look at this. These green bars here on the, this basically momentum wave. When you have red bars, it's a lot of selling volume in the momentum. Here, when you have these green bars, a lot of buying volume, a lot of buying pressure. So this is pushing up. We have the stopping volume. This may just be a push, stop, continuation sort of setup. The question is going to be, can we take out 1695? If we could take out 1695, I do think that we will be moving higher. Now, where is it going to move to? Ethereum. Where's it going to move to if this is going to happen? Well, let's go ahead and figure that out. Let's delete too many of these lines because I don't need all these lines now that we're using the BitLab Trading Stack. It gives us all the data we need. So let's come here. Let's do it from this point right here. Option F, the breakdown all the way there. Golden pocket regionally is going to be somewhere between 1712 to probably about 1730, depending on where you draw this from. Ooh, 1760, 1740. So this sort of range right in here, 1730 to 1740. This is where we want to see. If price does push up, take out 1695, which is this previous high here, then I do think we're going to be coming up to test somewhere in the lower mid 1700, 1730 to 1740. And then we can reevaluate. If there's a lot of velocity, a lot of momentum, then we can look at it. Now look at this. BitLab Trend Fuel. BitLab Trading Stack right here. Momentum wave to the downside. A lot of selling volume, a lot of selling momentum. You see this? So this is still selling momentum because it's coming down, but this is saying, hey, there's a lot of pressure here. That's why these are red. Then we get the triangle. We get the reversal. We have this wick down and the reversal back up. So we get the triangle, called that perfectly. Now this is pushing up, gets rejected, comes back down. We have another attempt down. The candle body is much lower here. Look at this. Momentum wave much higher. We get this line here automatically populates. It automatically shows us there's a bullish divergence on the underlying fuel. This is saying it's wanting you to put your foot on the gas. It's wanting you to take that swing. So this line says this is a pretty strong triangle here. And it's pushing up. But look at this. We got a lot. It's leaning very bullish on the dashboard right here. And what do we get right when we get this triangle? Move to the upside, especially following that divergence. Now, let me see something really quick. Yeah, okay. Let's go to a little bit smaller time frame. See if we got any other signals that propagated onto the charts. So right here, in addition to what we just saw, we've got, let's go ahead and delete this. Delete, there we go. We got that REV potential reversal. And look at that, 4 bullish divergences right there as well. Bullish RSI divergence, bullish money flow, bullish demand index, bullish momentum. So we had that triangle on the 4-hour, which propagated somewhere about right here. You could be a little patient. You don't need to do things right when signals hit. Wait for confirmations. Price breaks above the trend signal line, comes down, finds support, pushes up, gets rejected at the weekly VWAP. All of this part of the trading stack, just so you know, BitLab Trading Stack. If you want more info, by the way, right now, BitLab Trading Stack is 30% off. Just head over to bitlabacademy.com right here. You can come right here to indicators, BitLab Trading Stack. Give me monthly access. And then when you come to this page, put in your email, proceed to billing, and then you put in give me 30, all one word. Give me 30, gives you 30% off. I have a bunch of stuff added in here from before. This is not how much it would be, don't worry. If you want to get the BitLab Pro, by the way, you get access to all of our courses. Get access to all the courses on price action, candle patterns, on-chain data analysis, technical analysis, trading strategies, trading fundamentals. You get all that here in the all access, and you can use that give me 30% off this as well. And you also get the BitLab Premium Discord, which is right over here. We got all kind of different stuff in here from VIP scalps, gems chat, altcoins, spot trades, charts and setups, high leverage. I mean, there's so many different things in here in the BitLab Premium that you get with the all access pass. And you also get the BitLab Premium with the Pro, but you get the courses and the Discord and the BitLab Trading Stack as well. You can use Give Me 30 on this as well. This is already about 30% cheaper every month because we reduce the price with everything coming together. But you can also get an additional 30% off your first month. If you're already a BitLab member of any kind, if you upgrade to Pro, you get 50% off that month also, just so you know. Now, coming back to the charts. High volume candles. We also had the reversal symbol. We also broke through the trend signal line, found support, got rejected, came down. And look at this. On this confirmation break back through the weekly VWAP and the high volume candle, we're getting that potential reversal signal. We're getting this momentum trying to come back to the upside. And this is suggesting that it may happen because we do have a bunch of green candles. Sorry, you see right here, if we zoom in on this, white is just standard. Red means a lot of selling momentum. White is just standard. Price is moving back up, but now we're getting a lot of underlying data saying buying pressure, buying pressure. Look at that. We're trying to get to that 1695. We're not there yet. Let's go down to a little bit smaller time frame, 15-minute candles. Very bullish. Look at this. Very bullish. Very bullish, but we are pushing right into a little order block from this previous attempt here. So can we get over 1695? We'll see. If we do lose this, again, we're going to be looking at price, you know, let's go to the 1 hour. Price coming down and testing. There we go. Testing somewhere in this 1650s region is where I'm seeing if we want to remain bullish. If not, I do think if this gets rejected, that's less likely. I think this may bounce here at the 1650, right? This weekly VWAP. I think it'll likely continue down though if we do get rejected here. Now let's go on. Let's look at, let me look at that list that you guys sent me. All right. We're doing Turbo TA now. CTSI. I know somebody was asking me to do Cartesi. Look at this bullish setup right here. Weekly, we have the price action falling. Price action falling, and we get the high volume, and we get the stopping volume right here. This is an indication that will likely reverse. See this? Boom. It's not always going to play out. So when you see these signals with the BitLab trading stack, you want to look for a supporting and a confirming signal, and maybe a couple supporting. You might hit 4 or 5 different signals. In this case, price is falling. We get the high volume, stopping volume, and we get the bullish setup right here. This has to do with a certain number of characteristics being met by price action, suggesting a reversal may come based on technical analysis programmed into this indicator. Now, in this case, we got the stopping volume. We also formed an order block right here. So on this case right here, I would not have taken this trade specifically because I look at things a little bit more advanced. We do have a lot of selling volume all the way into this candle, and the momentum's still moving down. We don't get the next confirmation. We have 1 signal, 2 signal. The next confirmation is right here on this candle right here, which is a potential trade I would have taken. So B, maybe for buy. S, maybe for sell. It's a sell setup. It's a buy setup. Okay. And then you want your supporting deal. We got the candle right here, stopping volume, suggesting a reversal. Price action pushed into this dynamic resistance zone to the trend signal line, got rejected, came down into this order block, tapped this liquidity. And then right after that, in the next candle, not only did we break above this trend signal line, we also got the diamond formation right here. This it's not as bright as when you see these triangles. It's the same signal. The only difference is these momentum waves did not come deep enough. You see this line right here? There's a line both on the bottom and the top. It's minus 70 and plus 70%. It's not a super bright line. You can see it when you have it on your computer. When this momentum wave dips below this, that's when these semi-transparent diamonds, that's when you get the bright triangles. It's a stronger position. In this case, it came down almost to it, but we're getting this eclipse starting to converge back towards the 0 line. We get the diamond setup right here, and we see it's right after the, where are we at? Right here. Right after the price action tapped into this liquidity, price action breaks up. So right here would be a sort of confirmation of trade. Setup was all here. It's letting you know a good trade setup is brewing. In this case right here, we had a bearish setup. Bearish signal. Potential short, potential sell, maybe, but what do the other signals say? There's one signal. What's the next signal? We got the stopping volume. Great, let's look down. We have no diamond, no triangle, no anything. We actually have green momentum candles right here, suggesting that the momentum still has a lot of buying pressure. So this is not a trade setup I would have taken. These signals merely point you to look to the other confirming signals. For beginners, you could go and try and trade every swing that you see these. But for people that want to be very consistent over time, look to these signals and then look down to the trend fuel. What is the story there? Look to the signal, look down to the trend fuel. What's the story there? One signal, supporting signal, no confirmation signal. And what's happening? Price currently is pushing up. If this cannot, on this candle or the next candle, cannot break these, then I do think this is breaking down. Now let's go. This is Cartesi. And we're in a massive order block right here. Let's look at a little bit smaller time frame. Yeah, this is starting to brew into a little bit of bearishness. We can see on this dashboard here. We can also come over here, double click on the trend volume. We can go here to actually over here to where's show volume delta, and we can see how much buying and selling volume is here at these particular price levels. Go ahead and zoom this out just a little. There we go. A lot of buying and selling going on here, but it seems pretty paired. It's pretty close, pretty paired. Again, that's all you do is double click on that, come down, show volume delta, turn that on, or turn it off for if you want just more of the beginner view. Now, the point of control, it was right below us here at the about the 12-cent range. If this does get rejected here, I do think this is coming back down to 12 cents. Let's look at the next one, Crow. We haven't looked at Crow in a while. What's going on with Crow? We got to look at BNB too, see what's going on with that story. Okay, look at this. Lost the equilibrium, came down, tried to attempt it, got rejected, back at the equilibrium. Starting to lean a little bearish. Bearish, bearish, neutral, and a little bit bullish, but we're below the point of control. We did break past, we're on the 30 minutes. Let's look at the 2 hour. Man, my computer is going slow. What's going on? Go to the 2 hour. There we go. Point of control right above us. We did break past the weekly VWAP. This tends to be, if you are in a strong bearish trend, this tends to be a good bumper rail to continue down because the price actually gets pushed down. Everybody sells. Institutions wants this to come back towards the VWAP. And if it's a bearish sentiment with large traders and with the market in general, people will take shorts when we get back into this zone and press the price. You'll keep getting rejected. In this case, we have broken above it, but this is not a confirming breakout. We need to actually have a candle closure, which is happening in 6 minutes. And we also want to see potential continue follow through and then small pullback and continuation, or this may be a bit of a fake out like we see right here. As it stands right now, that's not a clear signal. This is trying, but all it's doing right now is testing the lows of the previous range. What does it look like on the 24 minute? Coming up into order block range, order block territory, weekly VWAP right here. See, this did try, pushed up, did test it. It is pushing beyond. So this is looking a little more bullish, except look at this momentum waves waning. It's starting to get weak. We're being held under the point of control on this view. If this cannot break through this or break, I would say, these wicks get crazy on Cartesi. I'd say if we cannot push up and get past about 5.2, 5.28 sort of cents, then I do think this is coming back down because as Alex Green pointed out when we were talking earlier, we get a lot of this in Cartesi. Why do these coins that we love to trade, why do they have these crazy wicks? Well, it's because you're loving to trade smaller market cap coins that are very easily pushed around. So in this case right here, this is trying to make that attempt, but it's not, it doesn't feel like it's having there's no momentum to it. There's no like velocity to it. I do think that this will likely round out and test back in this region back here in the 5.2s. I think it may push up a little bit, but this is looking to me like it's trying to come back and find a support on the 5.188, which is a weekly VWAP. And if it loses that, then we're coming back down here, likely into the 5.15 and potentially lower, 5.11. Now, what else are we going to look at? We're going to look at a couple more before we go. Let's get DGen. What's Pepe doing? I know you guys want Pepe. It's not something I trade, but I know a lot of you do. What's Pepe doing? It's moving around. Let's get something with a bit more volume. Pepe OKX. How about that? Okay. Look at that. Order block. Tested into it. Rejected. Not only did it reject, look, high volume candles, stopping volume, reject. Found support above the trend signal line. Moves up. Rejected currently at a lower high off this order block. This is looking to me like it may trade down and test this trend signal line right here, which is down at basically the 11s, low 11s. If we lose that, then I do think we're going to tap down here into the lower side of this order block around where this top is here, which is about 10.8. If we lose that, then I do think we're probably coming back down here to 10.4, 10.48. Let's see. Crust. You guys want crust? I'm looking at the coins that you early birds said you wanted to see. You guys were looking at this DGen stuff. Yeah, this is looking like it. This is trying to find support. Look, right on this 20 moving average here on the, way above this dynamic support zone. It's not even filled in, so there's not much. See how this is filled in? It's kind of a confirmed resistance zone. This is not a confirmed support zone. This is looking to me like it's likely going to roll over, come back down, and tap somewhere in here. That's what I'm seeing. Let's look a couple more. H-bar. How many H-bar barians out there? How many of you are H-bar barians? Let me know. What'd you buy at? If you sold, what'd you sell at? Let's see. This looks very similar to what we're seeing on, I forget which, I think it was Cartesi. Push up. Look at that. Look at this. Rejected at the weekly VWAP. Breaks up, comes down, gets rejected again, and comes back up. This weekly VWAP is something, man. I tell you. I love using the weekly VWAP. All part of the BitLab trading stack. Again, you guys can get this at bitlabacademy.com. Just go to the top where it says indicators. Go right here, BitLab trading stack. Boom, click on that. Add that. Use give me 30 for 30% off your first month. Get in there. Get in the Discord with us. Share charts. Talk about this stuff. We got all these signals here in the BitLab trading stack, and we can see this is trying to make that attempt, but currently it's a lower high. Not only a lower high, it looks like we have a trend line right here. Look at that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. If we cannot take this, I do think we're coming back down on H-bar. We're looking at a 15-minute chart, though. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Let's see what's going on. I forgot we were on the 15-minute chart. Look at this. It's trying to take the trend signal line, this massive line right here that's flipping from green to red. It is red right now, suggesting we are in a bearish trend, and we are. On this 4-hour time block, if we can push out, if we could take out this level, look at this order block. We have another order block right above us. If we do take this out, I do expect us to get a little bit of a rejection here in the 6.4s, and come back and most likely test down here in the 6.2s if we're able to break that. As it stands right now, this is starting to look like it's leaning bullish because we have 3 bullish signals here on the dashboard, but this dashboard is just for the trend fuel. We do have a diamond here. This is suggesting that this has collapsed back. It's going back towards the zero line. But look, no money flow angle towards the upside. Look at this, mostly sell orders. 1 hour, what do we see? Attempted high volume buying, immediate stopping volume. This looks to me like it's going to come down. If this gets rejected, I would say that's going to come back down towards the 594. 596 sort of zone. H-bar. Let's look at, you know what? We got to look at Algo. Algo, what's up, Algo? How many people of you are Algo holders? Big old order block. Look at that. Order block. Everybody's just like, I don't know what to do. Everybody's just buying and selling everything in that entire region. Yeah, you see massive order block. So it's just, so we can ignore the order blocks on this and say, we have broken above the trend signal line. We've broken above the weekly VWAP, and look at that. We came down and tested the weekly VWAP and the 20 moving average. This is flip green. Look at all the green that we have here on the right. We're on the 4-hour chart. Look at how much, look at all that green on the dashboard. So much green. God dang it. There we go. So much green. Is this going to be a fake out? I don't know. But as we look at this right now on the 4-hour, this is looking like, I mean, this is equilibrium with this bounce point right here. So if we're able to push further into this, I do think that this will push up and get some resistance at these levels. You know, the lows, we're testing the low of this wick right here. And look at that. Look at that. We're getting a little bit of rejection right now. Starting to. We'll see how this plays out. Let's go down to a smaller time frame, 1 hour. See this? Strong push up, gets weak. Weak push up. Started to get rejected. If I had to guess, this is probably going to get rejected somewhere in this region, and at least for the time being, not forever, and come down and test into this dynamic support zone, probably down at 977, 976. If we lose that level, then I do think we're coming back down to 995. Let's do KDA. I don't know if we've ever looked at KDA on this channel. Shout out to everybody in the room. Everybody should be hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, ding the bell, join us. We're here twice a day, 10 a.m. Eastern time and 3 or 3:15 p.m. Eastern time here every day. Look at that. We're getting that move. That was probably the same thing that we were going to see on Algo. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that move. Let's go back to KDA. So known level, we can see right here. There are wicks beyond it, but the candle bodies and all these wicks right here. This is suggesting a little bit of a high contention zone. We're getting, the signals are leaning more bullish based on the readings, but let's actually look at this. Go in here, stochastics, RSI, VWAP, and we can see, look at that, stochastics rolling over, RSI is rolling all over, VWAP's trying to come back towards the VWAP. This is the VWAP, okay? Now we're on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. We broke past the VWAP, came up. It's just like a lot of the other coins. We're getting rejected right here. If we lose this level, this previous candle body high, if we lose this level, I do think we're coming back down a little bit. So let's see what that would be. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. So look at this. We're holding support currently right on this high that we are looking at, as well as the 20 moving average. We're pushing into this EMA ribbon. If we lose this level, I do think we're going to likely come back down, potentially even check this 451 here, which is the 50 moving average, this trend signal line right here, which is green. But things are trying to, I mean, these are moving down relatively quickly. So maybe this comes down, finds support in this region, the 455, and continues moving up. But this is going to be, I think, fairly contingent on what the market decides to do. If Bitcoin does start breaking to the upside, I do think we'll take out this level. So then where do we go? Well, we can see regionally, we can see right in this zone right here, we have a lot of lows and highs. I think we're going to be testing into this region right here. And look at where this wicks got rejected. This is where I'd be looking. If this does start pushing up because Bitcoin does and it, you know, buoys the market, then I think that we're going to be looking for some targets right here at 467. Now let's head back over. Let's look at GRT real quick, actually. I love GRT. Quant's looking the same way. If we could take out this level, next level up is 101.09. If we reject this level, then I think we're going to be testing 99.90. And if we lose that, then I do think we're coming back down to about 98.90. Where was GRT? I forget where GRT. There it is. So this one's looking a little bit more bullish because this is taking out this high. I mean, look at this. This wick went exactly to this previous line that we had drawn from TA in the past. Rejected right at it. We have high volume going into high buying volume going into this stopping volume. And on this stopping volume, we always want to look down to the charts. What do the signals say down here? So stopping volume, okay, we had the VWAP sort of peaking right then. The stochastic starting to peak a little bit after. RSI was already coming down. And we're having another attempt here, but this is going to look to me like we're going to get some bearish divergence between this higher high here and this stuff coming down. This is suggesting to me there's going to be a little bit of weakness here and potentially coming down and testing into this dynamic support zone, which is down here at the 918 sort of region. 918, which is also, we see my cursor is kind of comes into this zone right here where these lows were. If we lose this zone, then I do think that we're going to be testing 913 and then further down below. But that's what I'm seeing today. I love you all. Again, I just want to remind you, if you ever are looking at charts, whether you're watching me, Frankie Candles, you're watching anybody on crypto YouTube, or even the charts that you're looking at yourself, and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? How are they getting these lines? Why are they doing this TA? Head over to BitLab Academy. I'm telling you, bitlabacademy.com. You can see here at BitLab Academy, we got all these. We have a beginner's course, which is free. And we have all this stuff, learning how trading fundamentals, psychology of trading, on-chain data analysis, candles, like individual candles. What story is each candle telling you about the momentum, the narrative between the bulls and the bears? Is there a potential reversal? You can get that just from an individual candle. Candle patterns, when all these candles are stacked together and make formations, and what that formation tells you and where the targets can be out of that formation if it were to break that direction that the pattern is suggesting. Indicators, not just the BitLab trading stack, RSI, stochastic, Bollinger Bands, Ichimoku clouds, all the necessary things that you need to understand the technicals of the chart so you can understand the strength and the things needed. Get here in BitLab Academy. It's only, there's courses out there for crypto trading and education that are, $900, $1,500. We wanted this to be accessible to absolutely everyone. So we made the all access thing for all the courses, not just one course. Every course that we have in BitLab Academy is only $37.99 a month. And you also, with that, get access to that premium Discord. This alone costs less than most crypto people's Discord. So we wanted to make this accessible to everybody. You can use Give Me 30 for 30% off. And if you want to also add the indicators on top of that with the courses and the premium Discord, get the BitLab Pro, use Give Me 30. And if you just want the indicators, come right here to Indicators, BitLab Trading Stack, and add it to your cart. Use Give Me 30, 30% off. That code's only going to work up until it's about September 1st. But that's all I got for everybody. I love you all. I appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell, leave a comment down below. Let me know in the chat right now, do you think Bitcoin is going to end this week above or below where we're at right now? And above or below, I mean at least $500 above or below. Or do you think it's going to be in that same $500 range at the end of this week? Let me know. I love you all. I appreciate you. Get involved. Happy to see you here. And with that, I bid you adieu. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Hit that like button, sucker. And invest in your education. Get that BitLab Academy. I'll see you guys on the inside. Adios.